Now for our roundtable with Palm Beach Post political editor Antonio Fins. And I swear you did not know beforehand we'd be talking about water issues, but you went out and did the painting all by yourself behind you, Antonio. Very nice of you.
I actually switched positions when I heard what the topic was about.
Good. That's the museum-like picture there. I appreciate it very much. It works in well.
Sure.
Good holiday season to you and yours. Antonio, thanks for being with us as the political editor. So much comes over the transom for you. As we're kind of looking at the year that's about to be done and looking ahead, of course, so much in Florida is about what's happening at Mar-a-Lago, what's happening with Governor Ron DeSantis, the landslide winner in the election. First views about the national picture that really is the Florida picture. Let's talk about that dynamic with the governor, the former president who's already thrown his hat in the ring. Let's begin there.
Sure. We can start actually with something that people probably have not thought a lot about, and that is next year's legislative session. Look, the governor is going into the session with supermajorities, Republican supermajorities in both the Florida Senate and the Florida House, which means there's really no obstacle to whatever he wants to get done. In the past 2 decades or so, the last quarter century in which the legislature has been in the hands of Republicans, for the most part, the Senate, the makeup was a Republican majority, but with a healthy Democratic representation. Now that's not the case. I think the number is 28 Republicans to 12 Democrats in the 40-seat Senate, which means that probably going to be that the Senate, which usually is a little bit more moderate, is probably going to be as conservative as the House. So whatever the governor wants to do on abortion, on gun rights, on you basically name it, he's going to get done. So the question is, what does he want to do?
And what is the sense as you take your soundings and talk to political pros around the state about what he'll want to do, knowing that it's a template and it's a canvas that will be viewed given through the prism of his national ambitions in 2024 and what everybody presumes will be a run, not announced, but presumes will be a run. Given that, what is the expectation about what he'll want to push and how hard and far?
That's a great question, because he's already actually, when it comes to cultural issues, these wedge issues, the war on woke, as he said in his triumphant election night speech, he's already done quite a bit. In fact, they've done stuff that really wasn't even law, like, for example, sanctuary cities. They passed a ban on sanctuary cities, even though there really aren't any in Florida. Now, the question is, for example, let's take one at a time, reproductive rights. You've already got a 15-week ban on abortions. Does he move it to the heartbeat bill, move it up to maybe 6 weeks or under 10 weeks? Or an outright ban. There was a state rep who's no longer in office because he chose to run for Congress and didn't win, but who had called actually for a special session to ban abortions altogether. I'm not hearing that, but are there going to be further restrictions on abortion? Gun safety. Now, the governor has talked about it, and lawmakers have talked about open carry, meaning you're allowed to have a weapon.
Constitutional carry, yeah.
Constitutional carry. Do we go that direction? Those are two major, wedge cultural issues that are really red meat for the base. And he could get it done if he chooses to pursue it.
He's being challenged on his anti-woke legislation in the courts. He'll have to be looking at the fact that, of course, in that national campaign, you're going to go to blue states too. And it's going to be very intriguing because the legislative session, for all the supermajorities, everybody expects it will be listening very closely what is the bidding of Governor Ron DeSantis as he looks to 2024. One thing that we didn't talk about within that set of issues, though, and something that every day is becoming a bigger and bigger issue for every Floridian, people will also seems to me be looking, how does he handle the bread and butter issues, things like the insurance crisis? Got a special session coming up, but all of these things will factor in to the debate, discussion, and advancement in his mind and the criticism by his opponents of his candidacy. Talk about the insurance crisis. We've got something coming up, and talk about other bread and butter issues. Will they get shoved to the side after the special session?
The insurance crisis is an interesting one because clearly not much was done on insurance, right, even though the property market has been melting down and collapsing. And you talk about Hurricane Ian and Nicole, but the fact of the matter is that this was a disaster. It was before even those hurricanes hit. And yet when you went to the ballot box on November 8th, there was no consequence for it. So I'm not sure that insurance factors one way or the other. Part of the problem is that connecting the dots between the property insurance crisis and inaction by Tallahassee, that's a hard sell.
That's a tough sled.
It's a hard sell. I think what they're going to do is, and I think there's even going to be bipartisan support from Democrats, at least in the state Senate and the House, will be things like perhaps suspending, the sales tax on baby products. That's going to be really popular. And that's something that Democrats may well get behind. Some of these other sales tax exemptions. So basically go at the bread and butter issues by taking away the sales tax and automatically giving a 7% cut, tax break on those items. I think that's what we're going to hear a lot about it. Those sales tax holidays for hurricane insurance and back to school have been very popular. I think they're going to go in that direction. And the governor has said that, by the way.
Antonio, talk about the prospective DeSantis-Trump clash. We already have the former president with his hat in his ring. Everybody's assuming that it's a foregone conclusion that the governor jumps into the race. Talk about that, what we'll be looking at, because people say, well, it's 2024. Don't get into that. But we all know that that's all going to kick off in 2023. What are you hearing? What are you seeing? Where's that going to go?
Well, first of all, we're going to have a Ron DeSantis autobiography coming out apparently in the first quarter of next year. So right there, something for us to look forward to. I think that this is the interesting, we can all talk about 2024 all we want, but I think 2023 is going to be the really interesting dynamic, simply because you have Mr. Trump, who's already thrown his hat in the ring, like you mentioned. Okay. What does he do? Is he going to have a rally every week? I don't know. What do you do to keep your campaign relevant and in the public eye until the debates begin sometime, in a little bit less than a year from now, in the summer of 2023. Meanwhile, you're going to have Governor DeSantis in Tallahassee governing, and he's going to be passing legislation, and he's probably going to show up on Fox News signing that legislation. He's going to be out there all the time. Trump may be talking, but DeSantis is going to be doing. And doing is a lot better than talking when you're in that lead up, that dead year between 2022 and 2024. So I think what DeSantis does in the legislature is going to put actually more pressure on Mr. Trump.
And let me ask you too, you and I've talked about it, Brian Crowley and I've talked about it. We talk so much about the Florida issues that are national issues. We talk about Tallahassee, we talk about Washington. And I sometimes think it's to our peril. We tend to ignore some of the very bread and butter local issues. As you scan the horizon in our community, what are we missing? What do you want to make sure we have top of mind about things that don't have something directly to do with or indirectly with Ron DeSantis or Donald Trump or any of the other things that tend to take our attention away? We tend to be a lot less local than we should be in some ways. What should we be mindful of heading into the new year?
I just think the cost of living here, that this has gotten very unaffordable for most people who are even in that middle class range. We've been hearing this about forever, the housing to start with, and not just being able to buy a house, but also being able to rent. I think the other question is even insurance, that what we've been talking about, your pocketbook issues are predominating. We've talked about gasoline prices, food prices. This was a couple, just last month, it was probably the most expensive Thanksgiving that folks have had in about 40 years. So I think we're going to see a lot of that. I think the other issue, the other area we're seeing already a little bit in Palm Beach County, but we're seeing it in other parts of the state. And that is, school politics, school classroom politics combat between these new school board members that have been elected and the establishment, and really fighting over things like particularly anything to do with an LGBTQ plus issue in a school. We've seen the issues with textbooks. We've seen the issues with, the curriculum, even at the corporation level, with some of this anti-woke legislation aimed at diversity training type programs that companies have. I think in the workplace and in the home, a lot of what has been done by the legislature, that we talk about it from a political realm, has already filtered into your daily life schedule. And we'll see how that plays out. But those are some of the things that I know that we've been writing about and you guys have been covering, and I think we're going to hear a lot more about.
Antonio Fens, as always, appreciate your insight, your expertise, and we'll come back for a closing comment in just a moment. Stay with us. Back in just a second.